Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Kemi Olunloyo in Lagos, Nigeria. It is the 12th of January 2022. And I'm very sad because I got the news that Governor Akala passed away today. And he was one of my favorite governors in Oyo State. Yes, Akala was one of my favorite governors. And if he was not a governor, he would have been a comedian after the police force. I hope you know that Governor Akala was a dedicated member of the Nigerian police force. He was a top cop before he went into politics. And that's kind of common in US and Canada. You see the top police officers, next thing you know, they're politicians. But he was a dedicated politician to the core. Yeah, there was a controversy over the impeachment of Ladoja, when he was deputy governor and he became governor, and so on and so forth. That whole thing is history because Oyo State in itself is ruled by families. Yeah, my dad is Ajimobi's first cousin. My dad sent Ajimobi to school, Lagelu Grammar School, when he was a commissioner for education. The stories are so long. But there's one particular story I'm going to tell you today. You know how I did the Olubadan one? So I want you to be educated about these things. This particular story happened in 2006, and I told Governor Akala that I wouldn't tell it until he dies. Oh, I will miss him. Very sad. They said he was still up and about yesterday, playing with his kids and all. And he went to bed and he died in his sleep, I guess. But he has been battling an ailment, which had complications. And I know he had one of his legs, the complication had gone in there that I would see Governor Akala at events and he'll have no shoe on that particular leg. But I can imagine the pain he went through. Okay. Even me, as I told you, I'm battling pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, and that's why I told you guys yesterday I'm not ill. I'm sick because the pain with the carpal tunnel is very, much, and I had foot surgery myself. But we're gonna miss him, and let me tell you the story. In our house in Molite, the Olunloyo mansion in Molite, there are three gates. One, two, three. Yeah, there are three gates. One gate is for the Alafin, the Olubadan, Obasanjo, elites and important people. Okay, that gate is never open. Second gate, everybody else. Third gate, private gate, escape route. But at the end of the day, the one with the Olubadan and all the big people gate, it's never open. So in 2006, I had a fight with my dad. That fight was very big. There was yelling, the screaming, there was even throwing chairs. I was very angry. The police was called in, not much could be done. They called me to the station to discuss, not much. I just fought with my dad. It's just, I can't even tell you what caused it. But at the end of the day, I was not used to coming home to Nigeria. I just returned from America in 2006 during that time when I had problems with my autistic child. So I was not used to the atmosphere. I was not used to how they do things, how they go out. They don't go out at night. They don't do this. They don't do, and I was trying to learn. So we got into arguments a lot. So I was very angry. And the fight ended up in the tabloid, Global Excellence. And it was like, how did it get, the neighbors will hear you. They'll tell what they're seeing and all that. But at the end of the day, it was in the tabloids. Everybody heard about it. I mean, lawyer fighting with the father, screaming, yelling about. So 2 days after that, on a weekend, a car was at the gates, the VIP gates. The car was blowing the horn. Beep, beep, beep. Who is it now? It has to be somebody important at that particular gate. So I went there to open it myself. It was one small, tiny Toyota something, a tiny car with black windows. So I went there. I'm like, yes. They moved their black windows down. And the driver was looking at me, and I looked to the back of the car, and it was Governor Akala. Excellency, Daddy Osinle. I was telling him that my dad wasn't home. They said, no, I didn't come to see dad. You won him worry. That's what the governor said. I came to see you. What now? The fight going on with you and dad, blah, blah, blah. Come to my office tomorrow. I said, okay. So I went to Governor Akala's office the next day. Kola Amole, are you watching the video? It was Kola that picked me up that day. I said, Kola, come and take me to the governor's office in 2006, March. So when we got to the governor's office, it was like, I know this office now. My dad used to be in that particular office when he was governor, secretariat, everything. So finally we enter that VIP, the governor's desk, everything. So we sat down in there. And I told Governor Akala what caused the fight. I said I didn't want to live there. Governor Akala suggested I get my own apartment. And I said, okay, we'll see. I'm still new in Nigeria. I didn't have a car, things like that. They didn't want us to have a car. They wanted drivers carrying us every. Anyway, he just said, okay, I'm going to give you this money to get your own house and this extra money to help you do things around. And I thanked the governor. It was a lot of money. And I thanked the governor so much. And we left. And Kola, remember, we went into the first bank across the street after so that he could count the money. It was a lot of money. Okay. Um, the governor had cash in his office. So what? All of them do. They might have to give somebody money. But at the end of the day, the money was deposited in my account. I went home and I never got my own apartment. I actually used that money to go to Canada the following year. And the rest is history. I lived in Canada 5 years, blah, 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 but I didn't want to be in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, Governor Akala was generous. That's all. The only thing I'm going to remember him from. Okay, he was generous. And one time I came home after Canada. I went to his house in Bodhicha, to say hello. Oh my God, he will have people serve you drinks, food, everything. He was hospitable and he was generous. That is all I'm going to remember that guy for. Okay, and he cared. To Kemi, Mrs. Kemi Akala, former First Lady, Olamide, his very prominent daughter, and everyone in the family, my condolences. And I just want to say I'm very sad this morning. I'm going to put up some pictures, some funny pictures, especially the ones during my grandmother's funeral. Was the one that played that game. As the governors were arriving, I'm the one supposed to bring them from their cars to the high table. I started arranging them. Governor Kala sat down. I'm like, no, the joke will be by this, not your seat over there. I was arranging them to how they became governor. I had a team on this side, Ladoja, uh, Akala. It was crazy. And then my dad. It was just fun. You know, may his soul rest in peace. We'll miss him. It was a true, dedicated servant of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Rest in peace, Governor Akala. We're gonna miss you. Really miss you. Thanks for listening, guys. Kemi Olunloyo in Lagos, 12th of January, 2022.